Well, the Nikon Z8 II isn't just a rumored spec bump. It's the moment where Nikon's recent cinematic ambitions collide with their legendary stills heritage. With the Red acquisition now fully integrated into their DNA, the baby Z9 is growing up, and it looks like Nikon Z8 II is ready to claim the throne of the ultimate hybrid. Let's know more. Almost perfect dilemma. To understand why the Z8 II is such a pivotal release, we have to look at the scars of the original. Don't get us wrong. The Z8 is a masterclass in engineering. But as any professional who has pushed it to the limit will tell you, it isn't without its friction points. First, let's talk about the thermal elephant in the room. While the Z8 brought 8K video to the masses, it did so with a ticking clock. In high-stakes environments, a sun-drenched wedding or a long-form interview, the dreaded yellow overheat icon became the ultimate buzzkill. Without the massive heatsink real estate of the Z9, the Z8 occasionally struggled to keep its cool during sustained high bitrate recording. Then, there was the battery anxiety. Moving from the massive D-series batteries or the Z9's brick to the ENEL15C felt like trading a fuel tanker for a jerry can. For stills, it's manageable. For 8K video and high-speed bursts, you're basically playing a game of how many spares do I have in my pocket. For the Nikon faithful, the Z8 wasn't just another release. It was a homecoming. It packed the titanic power of the flagship Z9 into a body that didn't require a gym membership to carry. But as we move into 2026, the landscape has shifted. The competition isn't just knocking on the door. They're trying to kick it down with global shutters and AI-accelerated processors. Finally, we have to acknowledge the reliability hiccups. The early lug gate and lens mount recalls left a slight dent in the Nikon tough reputation. While Nikon handled it brilliantly, the community hasn't forgotten. Professionals don't just want a fast camera. They want a tank that doesn't need a trip to the service center in its first 6 months. The Z8 II is shaping up to be a redemption tour in the best way possible. Here is where the rumors get truly mouth-watering for us gear nerds. 1. The cinematic soul, powered by Red. The biggest shift is internal. We are hearing that the Z8 II will be the first standard Z body to truly benefit from the Red acquisition. Imagine internal 12-bit R3D RAW recording. We're talking about Hollywood-grade color science and workflow baked directly into the NRAW pipeline. Rumors suggest 8K 60p will now be unlimited thanks to a redesigned internal architecture, possibly utilizing carbon fiber composite materials that act as a passive heatsink, effectively solving the thermal throttling issues of the Mark I. 2. The telepathic brain. While the sensor resolution is expected to stay in the sweet spot of 45.7 megapixels, the magic lies in the Xpeed 8 processor. This isn't just about speed, it's about predictive AF 2.0. We are talking about an AI-driven system that doesn't just track an eye, it recognizes intent. It can reportedly distinguish between a bird that is scanning for prey and a bird that is about to take flight, adjusting the focus rack before the wings even move. 3. Speed without compromise. Expect the Z8 II to push the boundaries of the stacked sensor. We're looking at 30 frames per second raw bursts with a readout speed so fast it makes the rolling shutter a myth. To support this, whispers suggest a move to dual CF Express Type B slots, ditching the SD slot to ensure the buffer never becomes a bottleneck. For those who live for the decisive moment, a refined pre-release capture mode is expected to offer a longer window, ensuring you catch the lightning strike even if your reflexes are a millisecond late. 4. Ergonomic evolution. The body is rumored to receive a pro comfort overhaul. Think of a 9.44 M.EVF, finally matching the industry leaders for a blackout-free, lifelike experience. Ergonomically, we expect a deeper, more sculpted thumb rest and a modular feel that makes the camera balance better with heavy glass, like the 400mm f2.8, all while maintaining that compact, packable footprint we love. Nikon's toughest battle isn't with Sony or Canon, it's with their own lineup. This is what we call the hierarchy tightrope. Nikon has to make the Z8 II powerful enough to beat the Sony A1 II and the Canon R5 Mark III, but they can't make it so good that it kills the reason to buy the flagship Z9 or the upcoming Z9 II. If they give the Z8 II a global shutter or 120 frames per second RAW, why would anyone buy the $6,000 flagship? On the flip side, if the upgrades are too conservative, the original Z8, especially with the massive discounts we saw in late 2025, remains the better value. Nikon has to find that Goldilocks zone, a camera that feels like a flagship in terms of tech, but maintains a clear distinction in terms of workhorse features, like integrated grips and extreme battery life. There is also the price controversy, with rumors pointing toward a $4,499 launch price. Nikon is moving the Z8 II out of the ambitious enthusiast range and firmly into the professional investment category. Convincing current Z8 owners to drop another $4,500 so soon after the original's release is a mountain Nikon will have to climb with very persuasive marketing. The Nikon Z8 II isn't just a camera, it's a statement. It represents the moment Nikon stops playing catch-up and starts dictating the pace of the industry. By marrying the legendary ergonomics of the Z system with the cinematic powerhouse that is RED, Nikon is creating a tool that effectively erases the line between a photographer and a cinematographer. If the leaks are even 80% accurate, the Z8 II will be the most complete hybrid ever made. It addresses the heat, it fixes the speed, and it injects a level of AI intelligence that feels like science fiction. It's the real upgrade we've been waiting for. A camera designed for the creator who refuses to choose between a masterpiece still and a cinematic epic. The competition is fierce, and the stakes are astronomical, but for those of us who have stayed loyal to the mount, the future has never looked sharper. Subscribe for more content like this, and as always, thanks for watching. Or